Hi YouTube. My Davos question is on global governance and how to make global governance more efficient and effective. And to that end, do you not think that the veto is proving to be an impediment? Now, over the past 50, 60 years, personally, I have not come across any other logistical instrument that's use has actually, if not halted, then protracted the march towards freedom. Uh, Consciously or unconsciously, I will not argue. The United Nations, in my opinion, right now has just been reduced to another a word gathering of powerful and influential people. I mean, they come together for collective talk, collective thought, but rarely any collective action. Because when it comes down to the real hard issues, it's actually the will and the consent of the top five that is required. And even if one of them does not like the course of action that is being suggested, then I'm afraid the rest of the world is left out in the dark. And now, this is not very democratic in its nature, and it threatens to fracture the very foundation of democracy, freedom, human rights, equality. Precious values that all these powerful nations have learned at great cost. While we are on the subject, I would like to know exactly the criteria for having a veto. I mean, is it geography and size of a country? So, I mean, countries like Brazil, Sudan, Australia, Kazakhstan can claim a veto. Is it down to multiculturalism and democracy? You have countries like Malaysia, South Africa, to a lesser extent Turkey. Is it down to resources? And you have then Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, and even Iran. Uh, Stability, market economy. You have Singapore, the UAE, and South Korea. Military power, Pakistan, Israel, and India. Uh, from what I see, there are a few things that are not a criteria for having the veto. Human rights, hardly. Freedom of speech, unlikely. Transparency, justice, equality, accountability. The word Iraq comes to my mind. So to sum it all up, I would just like to know that whether or not the veto is a democratic uh, instrument, and should it be allowed to continue in the United Nations, and as long as the veto is there, can we have a fair and just global governance system? Thank you.